Big question for you. Have you ever wondered why God of the Old Testament seemed to be so harsh and mean when it came to discipline or dealing with sin? Y'all remember those times in the Bible where God told the Israelites to go into the land that they were supposed to occupy and then kill every man, woman, and child? Like, whoa, God, that's kind of harsh. Like, even the women and kids too? What? We can't help but think and ask ourselves, like, why would a loving and caring God of the universe who sent Jesus to die for us tell his people to kill other people just because they're inhabiting the land that was promised to the Israelites? Crazy to think about, right? It makes no sense. But the answer might surprise you just like it did for me. And this was like a mind-blown moment. Like, what? After studying this, the specific tribes and clans that God instructed to be wiped out originated from the Nephilim. If you didn't see my other videos on this subject, then I want you to go back and watch those right now. Otherwise, none of this will make sense. Do you remember how Genesis 6 says that the Nephilim or the giants were present in those days and after? These mixed hybrid abominations were walking the earth, these giants, even after the flood. The after part will be explained in the next video, but in essence, the giants continued on after the flood, potentially due to another set of rebellious angels, and this is the Tower of Babel. So back to my point, why was God so harsh on these tribes? God told the Israelites to kill all of these people because they all had mixed angelic DNA and were never intended to exist. They were abominations to him. Also remember that God told Noah that he would never flood the earth again, which brings us to the point where all present Nephilim needed to be killed off so that Jesus could be sent as a sacrifice for our sins. God wasn't going to wipe out everybody again, so Jesus came as our salvation. This is where the law of Moses came into play to give us God's expectations, separating good from evil, paving the way for the Messiah, and all that stuff. So Goliath was one of the descendants of the Nephilim, all of which have no place to dwell on earth any longer, that is, except in the spiritual realm as demons. It's important to understand that the Nephilim spirits only know evil and sin. They are sided with Satan and his army and now want to torment you every single day of your life. Since the Nephilim lived in sin and pure evil the entire time that they were on the planet, doesn't it make sense that the spirits of the Nephilim would want to now inhabit a human body to do the same? However, even though they've completely given themselves over to sin, they still have to abide by the rules of legal rights. And this is where we begin to understand how the enemy works and then how to defeat him. Ooh, I'm getting excited. Much more to come, so make sure you're following me if you haven't yet, because in the next videos, we're going to be exposing the devil and all of his strategies. Boy, it's time to armor up. Let's go.